I wasn't really thinking to vlog tonight, but one of my subscribers, Sonia, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, has asked me to sort of introduce you to a little bit of Bahasa Indonesia. So I'm just putting $4 of petrol in there.
Very cheap, yeah.
Huh?
Cheap.
So cheap, isn't it, for us?
I give me 10,000 for it.
Ah.
Pull.
Walk. Bahasa means language, and Indonesia means Indonesia. So Balinese speak Balinese. In Indonesia, there used to be like a very strict form of what you should say to somebody. It's changed now, but it used to be the first thing you would say is apa kabar, which very, very loosely translates to how are you? I mean, I can't translate it exactly, but the A is pronounced as a U in up. So apa and then kabar. And you have to roll the R, and I'm really bad at it. So apa kabar is how are you? Your answer should always be baik. B-A-I-K. The next thing that they might ask you is mau kemana, because as soon as you start speaking Indonesian, you're in trouble. Like you're gonna get yourself into a lot of trouble. I usually like to just use a joke saying di mana mana, which means I want to go to everywhere. So D-I and then M-A-N-A, di mana mana. Most people in Bali speak Bahasa Inggris. Most people in Bali speak English these days.
Lurus, belok kanan.
Kanan.
Speaking bahasa?
Sedikit.
Sedikit.
Saya coba. Belum pandai.
Belum pandai. Sudah bisa itu. Sudah bisa.
Sudah bisa sedikit. Usually in Bahasa Indonesia, you repeat what they have said. So if they say mau minum apa, which means what do you want to drink, you would say saya mau minum vodka, for instance. Now, look, this is going to get really complicated, so I'm just going to sort of dive into some Bahasa that you can find on the internet, you can find on Google. Like Sonia said that she only knew a couple of words, and I guess that most Australians and other people might learn apa kabar and terima kasih. So it's like all in the pronunciation, as is the Australian language and the English language. No. And so like it's not it's not really necessary to learn really big sentences. Like you can just sort of say a couple of words, because the Indonesian language is 3,000 basic words, right? And it's simple in the fact that it says where you go, I go here. You know, you don't say, oh, like, yeah, how are you, mate? Like, what are you thinking about doing? You're off somewhere, or what are you up to? They don't do that, so they're just going to go, where you go, or where you want to go. And then you say, I go here. So that's a really big tip for you learners of Bahasa Indonesia. I'm not the expert, man. Honestly, my accent has been said to be very, very bad, and my accent is said to be very, very good, because they're very polite, the Balinese. You don't really need a long sentence, but, you know, if you can do a really long sentence, well, maybe that's good. So here's one that I do, right? And they say in English, oh, you speak very good Indonesian, and I say, saya coba, belum pandai, saya harus belajar lagi, which means, I try, but I'm still learning and I need to study more. Okay? I'm not going to give you a freaking Indonesian lesson here. Sonia, it's a big ask, mate, and I love you as a subscriber. And I love your question. But you need to get yourself like a little book, just a little phrase book, which has like English and then the Indonesian translation. Hi, mate, alright? She actually asked me how to put it into sentences, and she wanted to say more than like terima kasih Right, okay, so let's work on that one. Okay, I've got it. I've got it for you, Sonia, and thank you for asking. I have the trick. Basically, you can put words together that don't necessarily sort of make a really beautiful sentence. So if you're in Australia, you could say, I want Opera House go look and then food photo, you know, and then we would understand. Learn some words and just throw them together. So if I was really struggling and I'm out in the backwoods of Bali and I'm lost and I haven't got any petrol, you know, I would say, permisi saya mau bensin sekarang tidak ada, which means like I don't have any petrol right now, where can I find some? Admittedly that might have sounded complicated and it can be, but you're liking the batik? How much batik have I got going on in the background? What's going on here? This one I bought in 1985. Used it in the combi as a curtain. It's been sun shocked and you can't wear these things out. They cost a fortune in Bali now. It's like, seriously, like, you know, relatively speaking. I move on, or I digress. I'm not sure. I might be doing both at the same time. Learn some basic words. Sonia, you already have. You just need to put them together. And I get what you're saying, Sonia, and I get that you're trying to sort of have some respect for the people, and you're trying to say something really nice in Bahasa Indonesia, and I think that is just the most beautiful thing, and it will be for you in your travels. I mean, the best thing that you can have in Bali is respect for the people. Get yourself a book. Chuck the words together. A little Indonesian phrase book, a little book, seriously, little Indonesian phrase book, and learn some words. But first of all, learn the pronunciation. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G is A, B, C, D, E. You know, it goes on like that, so it's a little bit weird. So the pronunciation will help, but it won't really matter, because if you say apakabar, like as some bogans do, then they'll probably know that you mean apakabar or apakabar. Yeah, it's the same thing, really. I mean, it's like saying Australia or Australia, as all the sports people say, or Australia. You know, you can pretty much sort of figure out what people are talking about. I'm sorry, Sonia, it's been a mess, but it's like I wasn't expecting to vlog tonight, and I just did it especially for you, my friend, one of my subscribers, and it was a good idea. That's why I did it. Do as I say, not as I do.